Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. It's not always about looks. What appeals sexually to a woman? I did a video about this recently, and I've got a couple more planned. And the idea is just to show you from a woman's standpoint, from articles on the internet, what they consider appealing to them. And my thought is that a lot of guys have in their minds, well, this is what I need to do to be desirable to a woman. And guys think like guys, but to some extent, you need to start looking at it from a woman's perspective to know what she really does think is attractive to her, because we are different sexes. So I want to hear your comments about this. Excuse me. It should be something worth talking about, and because we do look at things differently. So I'm just trying to, be clear here with what a woman might think, and so I'll get into this again, and we'll just see how it goes. Most men, of course, want to be sexually appealing to a woman. But if you don't, good for you. But if you are interested, keep watching. Subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea for videos to help guide a willing man to a Filipina, a woman from the Philippines, to be that elusive wife. I have hundreds of videos, so please avail yourself of them. And I've been married to a Filipina for over 4.5 years, and what I learn and can share, I'll do that. So go ahead and leave comments, like and share the videos, get notifications, and check out the Love Beyond the Sea WordPress site linked in the description box. Today's inspiration is from an article I will also put in the description box, and it's called 9 Non-Sexual Things That Make a Man Sexy and Irresistible to a Woman. It's from April 17th, 2018, written by a woman named Katy Benett. The first one listed topped the recent upload I did, and that is a sense of humor. Here is her list. If you want to be irresistible to women, then you need to know how to be sexy in more than just a physical sense, she writes, because attractive women look for non-sexual traits in men. You need to learn what these are so you can make them part of your life and become more successful with dating attractive women. So here we go. Number one, as I said, sense of humor. You hear that all the time. Women want a guy with a sense of humor. She says women love a man who has a sense of humor and can make them laugh because it shows them you're a fun guy who knows how to relax. You need to have a playful sense of humor and not a cruel one, because meanness is a turnoff. The things you should be joking about or laughing at are harmless things, like something funny you saw, or when you do something silly like knock something over or trip over the curb. By laughing off the small things, you're showing her that you're not easily angered and that you have a good balance of emotions. This will make it easier for her to relate to you, and she says she'll fantasize about all the fun the two of you can have. And I don't have any disagreement with that. I think it does show a good balance of emotions, and if you tend to be an intense person like I do, I can see how that would be a turnoff to a woman, because that's not what she's really looking for. It might impress the guys, but it might not get you very far on with somebody on a date. So the second thing this other person mentioned was, and some of these were not mentioned in the other article, so I think it'll be a good one to combine with. Number 2 on her list was a good fashion sense. She says attractive women want to date attractive men, so it's important that you have a good fashion sense, because they'll notice when you take pride in your appearance. They want a man who knows how to buy flattering clothes, so go for outfits that fit you and are in colors that suit you, because these are what you should be wearing for date nights instead of comfortable but scruffy outfits like baggy jeans and t-shirts. She says you want to come across as a competent and confident adult who knows how to look after himself instead of a guy who's stumbling his way through life. You can give the impression that you're suave, and she'll think about all the good conversations and dates she can have with you. So dressing well, I kind of upped my game with clothes. This was before I found my wife. Didn't excuse me, it didn't really help me on the dating trail, but it could have anyway. And I know my wife buys me different clothes so that I can look good for her, and I think I can relate to what this woman is saying here. Number 3, another different one. She said a hobby that you're passionate about. She says women don't want to date guys who do nothing but watch TV or play video games because it's boring, but they have hobbies, and that shows them that you have other interests and that you care about something. Your passion gets them excited, and they'll want to see some of that excitement in the bedroom, she says. This will also let her know what interests you, and she can see your hobby as a way of expressing yourself and as something the two of you can talk about or do together. So I don't know how exciting or if that will lead to the bedroom, but I do think she would like to know what makes this guy tick, and what he's passionate about and what he's excited about. I think in general that would be a good thing. Number 4 on this person's list is paying attention during a conversation, which is similar to what they said in the other article yesterday, which was to be a good listener and to listen more than talking. She explains it's important to pay attention during a conversation and hold up your end of it, because that shows her that you're interested in what she has to say, and conversations are one way of building a stronger connection with each other. You need to make eye contact, respond with appropriate answers, and act like you enjoy talking to her because you want to make her feel loved. You should try not to dominate the conversation, and don't get too personal until you've spent some time with her and know what she's comfortable discussing. It's also good to be knowledgeable about a few different subjects so she knows you're an intellectual who cares about a variety of things, because women find these types of men attractive. And in the other video yesterday, that lady mentioned intelligence as a trait that women find attractive. Number 5 she mentions here is being good with children and animals. Being good with children and animals, she says, is a quality that women find sexy in a man because it shows your soft side and a vulnerability. It makes them think about what a gentle person you are, and they want to be with a man like that. This doesn't always mean that they want to get married and have children. It could just be the fact that they want to date a man who is willing to show kindness to those who are younger or more vulnerable than he is. You can show your soft side by taking good care of your pets and talking fondly about your nieces, nephews, or godchildren. Again, I don't have anything to that would contradict her about that. Number 6 on her list, kindness and respect is sexy to a woman. She says you should be treating people with kindness and respect because that's the right way to behave, and it makes a good impression because it shows people you have morals. There are lots of ways to show kindness and respect, including excuse me, holding open doors, not interrupting when they talk, taking an interest in them, not bad-mouthing people, and helping people when they need it. These are the personality traits that women desire in a man, and she's going to love dating a guy like this because she knows how lucky she is to be with him. People notice these things, and you'll have no problem drawing attractive women to you. Excuse me. Hopefully not in the middle of another 14-month coughing fit. Number 7 on her list, being considerate of her needs. A good boyfriend, she says, is considerate of his girlfriend's needs and isn't selfish because he loves her and makes her feel desirable. You can be considerate of her needs by remembering important things like work promotions or anniversaries. That's true. Offering to do more chores when she's busy with something else, something you'll need to do when you're married, making dinner after she's had a hard day at work, or remembering to include her when you make decisions. No complaint there. Dating is about being a couple and making life together, so be loving and supportive towards her because she's an important part of your life. And 2 more. Number 8, She says not expecting relationship roles to be gender based. She says real men know how to be excuse me, how to be sexy, and that's not by coughing all the time. In that it isn't always about sex. It's also about personality and the way they think. Some guys treat women based on stereotypes and expect their girlfriends to do things that are considered women's work, like making dinner, doing the housework, and always looking her best. Women find it sexy when a man can appreciate her for other things, like being a hard worker, or for accepting of the way she looks naturally. They also like it when men do things like offer to help with chores or make dinner. Excuse me. And I certainly agree with that. But as far as the women's work comment, making dinner, doing the housework, my wife likes doing those things, and she does them well, and I like her for doing those things, and she doesn't have a problem with that. And I think this is the last thing on her list here, number 9, is giving genuine compliments. Attractive women get compliments about their looks all the time, and it gets to the point where it becomes meaningless. If you want to make her think you're sexy, then try giving her genuine and non-sexual compliments, which I agree with, so she knows you're attracted to her as a person and not just for superficial reasons. Compliment her on things that you like about her, such as her sense of humor, her interests, or her personality. She'll see that you're a thoughtful person who cares about her, and knowing how you feel about her will make her want you even more. So that's the end of this article by Katy Benett on things that make a man look sexy to a woman. So there you have it, 9 non-sexual things. And you don't have to spend hours and hours in the gym to be interesting to a woman. None of these features here were like physical. When a guy overdoes that, basically it's a turnoff to most women. They think that is conceited and that the guy is focusing too much on himself. And I do agree with her that the things she listed are helpful. So let me know what you think about this here or in the Community Corner message forums linked in the description box. At some point, your looks and my looks aren't going to be what they used to be. So developing and maintaining these qualities, the type of qualities she listed, will help you find and keep loving someone that you would call your love beyond the sea.